Sofia, and today I'm going to talk about a book, The Richest Man of Babylon. This book was written by George Clapton. This author wrote in his book, "Our prosperity as a nation depends upon the personal financial prosperity of each of us as individuals." This book deals with the personal success of each of us. Success means accomplishments as a result of our own efforts and abilities. Proper preparations is the key to our success. Our act can be no wiser than our thought. Our thinking can be no wiser than our understanding. This book has different stories where each of them speak to us about how to achieve success and solve our financial problems. The book is like a financial guide for those who had empty pockets and seek to obtain money to conserve it and at the same time that of fruit. Because we have our ambitions and our dreams must learn to be successful with money in order to achieve our dream. But this book also teaches you that money is not everything in life. The characters mentioned in this book are Banzer was the builder chariot of Babylon who desired gold. Kobe was Banzer's best friend and he was a musician. He played the instruments lute. Arcad, the richest man in all Babylon, he was famed for his wealth, was generous with his family, and he was liberal, Algamish and other men, but with great wisdom. The king Sargon was a good man with citizens. Aragula was a road merchant. Banzer, a formidable warrior, brother and manufacturer of Babylon's spirit. I'm going to give you some little parts of each story. The first story begins with the two best friends, Banzer and Kobe, and their topic were conversations was how they could be rich. They told and explained that even though they spent hard work, hours, and a lot of effort, with what little they earned, they were never going to be rich. They decided to go to Arca so that he can explain them and teach them the secret of his financial success. The second story tells about Arca was an ordinary worker, but with a great dream of having a lot of money. With a deal he'd made with a lender, he'd managed to get the wisdom of the old Algamish to obtain wealth. Then Arca told the secret through several stories that he'd had during his life, his success. The third story is the good king Sargon was worried about the situations of poverty that Babylon was living. The king ordered to call the richest men in all Babylon to teach the knowledge to all citizens and the wisdoms of having more wealth. Arcad accepted, and in 7 days he teach the 7 cures for lepers. The fourth story is the citizens want to know how to attract luck. After all the events reported by the old citizens, Arcad explained that the goddess of fortunes only smiled at those who work hard and save 10% of their salary. The look can smile to us if we take advantage of the occasions that appear to us. In this part of this story, Arcad tells the story of his son to his friend. Arca put Nomasir to the test with a golden sack and a tablet with the 5 laws of God to see if your son is really good at managing his inheritance. When Nomasir was in Rome, he remembered the 5 laws of God. Nomasir put them into practice and realized that it was more important to have the wisdom. Arcad thought of his sons that his fortunes would be in good hands. The next story are Roland, a manufacturer of the spirit, is very happy for the money that he earned, and he does not know what to do with it. Either lend them to your sister or dad. Roland the desperate is going to speak with Manton, the gold lender. Manton responds his concern to Roland with a story. The distance that he wanted to give him was, if you want to help your friends, do it in a way that later on his responsibilities will not fall on you. And the other story, the importance of being protected both in war business and investments to be protected in the right way so as not to lose everything. The other, thou assert as citizens of Babylon, who because he liked his wife so that she would have the best, became very indebted. He realized that owning money was not a good solution, that would make it poorer and with fewer opportunities each time. This book mentions 5 most important mood disciplines where each one says a lesson, and the other story tells about how a grandson did not know about his grandfather's past life and spent his time criticizing the slave. He said that the world was only for the slave. Then a great man told him the story of his grandfather, where he said that his grandfather had been a slave for a long time, but by striving and working hard, he had achieved the futures that he has today. I think that all these stories are very interesting because each one gives us a teaching on how we can manage our money. That despite our circumstances and the opportunities that are present to us, we can get to do great. No matter the bitter mistakes we make and all the fruit of a long time we have been through a weight, but that does not stop us from being successful, as happened with the story of Arcad. He entrusted all his savings over a long period to someone who was now an adept in that business, but nevertheless he was not discouraged and kept savings.